Well, hello everybody. Tanisha, how are you? How is everybody? Let me go over here for a second. Let me do a couple things really quick. Let me go here. Let me go here. This way I can see everybody's comments better. How's everything going with everybody? Oh, might need my glasses though because I have a hard time seeing. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know you can hear me okay. Give it a thumbs up or anything. All right, let me see here. I may have to do it this way. All good. Okay, thank you. I was not sure, Ed. Was not sure. Oh, wait, let me do some adjusting here. Okay. What kind of personal decision, Tanisha, unless it's a private personal decision? How are you, Ed? Moon over Miami. How are you doing? Wally Kern, how are you doing? Wally, I have a question for you. That Pictogecko, I showed you the picture of it. You think she'll be okay? I get worried about stuff, especially when it's a new species for me. I panic. I probably shouldn't. I should probably relax and be more, mellow. Understandable, Tanisha. Understandable. Let me go tell a few people that we are live. So maybe, just maybe, we can get a few more people in here, huh? It'll take a minute. It will take a minute. Let me see if anybody's saying anything. Alrighty. Let me go here. We invited them. Let me see. I don't have too many other people that I truly add, except for just a few. All right. We'll see how well this goes, huh? All right, let me see. I would watch the All-Star game, but, baseball's okay. But hockey's really my sport. And, I don't know. World Series, if it's a team I like, I would watch it. But the All-Star game, I don't know. You watching it, Wally? Gary, I'm not sure if hockey's a sport. I don't know. I'm not sure. Oh, there goes the sun. It's on kind of watching. It's a sport. Dealing with reptiles is a sport. So, kind of. So how are you doing today, Gary? How are you doing, Wally? Ed, how are you doing? I think I asked you that, but I don't know if you... Oh, you're good. That's right. You did say it. Nah, because everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Yeah, and I'm all good. Turtle racing's a sport. Reese, how are you doing? Reese's Python's in the house, everyone. Did you did you watch? Did you find your turtle? Reese? You're funny, Molly. You're funny. So, Reese, did you ever find your turtle, your albino one?
Whose salsa is that in that?
In that container on the bottom, that's Mom's.
Damn. You don't have any chips either.
Oh, yeah, probably not.
This is good.
Okay, now you have the turtle. Just my thinking, you have that turtle enclosure outdoors. You said it rained and filled up, and the turtle was able to get out. What I worry about with having turtle enclosures outside, and I've seen it around here, birds of prey flying over. Now, if that turtle got out and was running across the ground somewhere, and a bird of prey come down and grabbed it, you may not find it. That's a shame that you didn't find them yet. Big G, how are you doing? Gary, are you at home yet? Or are you still out? Big G, I love your series that you're doing with the life and the day of a gecko, a breeder. I love it. It's great. You had me confused today when you said today was Wednesday because I'm thinking it was freaky because I was like, wait a minute. It's Tuesday because I have to ship stuff out tomorrow. And I was like, wait a minute. J-Dog, how are you doing? Possums. I think Ed from CMC Reptiles had one that, not like a possum or a raccoon or something. I can't remember what it was. Got one of his turtles once. And that's what freaks me out a little bit about having turtles outside. Yeah, I realize that because Sunday's the day you release your video. I'm like, wait a minute, but he releases on a Sunday, so I'm going to assume. And then I had to look on my calendar. So, but all good. All good. Here's the link. If Gary, if you want to pop in, there is the link. I'm just watching. Have you watched anything good, Tanisha? Are you watching anything good? I'm looking forward to the rest of the series now. Fine. You just let me know when you want to pop in. Pit Bulls and Parolees. You know, I never really got into that show, and I don't know why. I did watch it sometimes, but there was just, I don't know. Becky likes it. And I think Emma likes it, but I never really got into it. Is it soothing? Andrew wanted to talk to you the other day, Gary. But we got off too quick before he came back upstairs. After the live that we did, he wanted to talk to you. He's like, I want to talk to him real quick when you're. I'm like, all right, I'll let him know. It's all good though. Ba-ba-boom. I like how you do every aspect of it with the whole thing. Yes, Reese, I knew that. Yes, it used to be in California, and then they moved to uh, um, Louisiana. Yeah, New Orleans, right? I believe New Orleans, but I know they moved to Louisiana, where you're at, Reese. How's the wife and the family doing, Reese Python? I'm waiting on. I got a few animals getting ready to lay eggs. I got some eggs that should be hatching any day. Do you really? That's cool. You should do a vlog passing it, like film it. Tell everybody this pit bulls and parolees place. I don't know if you can get in trouble for that, like copyrights or something. Not sure how that works. So, what's anybody want to talk about? Anything in particular? Anything good going on? Anything interesting happening to anybody? Yes, I bet you she is. I bet you she is. Ah, Juan, how are you doing, sir? How are things up there in Michigan? Who, me? Not enough. Not enough. I would like to have a lot more. But I'm hatching some really super cool stuff out. Really, really super cool stuff. On a tight deadline. Well, you know, I don't know. She seems like a very nice person. I may just have to say I know nothing. I don't know. I don't know. That's funny. It's a good. You do a good. You're doing a good series there. Plus, what makes a lot is she's doing all that plus your regular stuff you normally do. So that ends up being a lot. Tell Handy Dandy we said hello. How many turtles do you have, Reese? I have just one, which is will drive you. That's right. I have to be on your side because if I'm not, Becky will kill me, and I can't have that. So, um, yeah. So is your season slowing down, Big G? Is that what I got with today's thing? No more eggs. They only got a couple that are going to be. I still have I have 2 that are still dropping eggs right now. Besides the Picta geckos, which to me seem like they're egg factories. Thank you, Reese. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yep, that's what I thought too, just on the back slide. Only a few girls left to breed. Now, is that for the? I know that's for the leopard geckos, but is that for your other stuff too? Is that all slowing down also? Do you have do you have a season part of the season part of the year where you're off, not breeding, where nothing's hatched, laying eggs or anything like that? Because I think it's nice, if my personal opinion, and I suppose it's nice to have a downtime, but I like to see stuff all year round. Oh, yeah, but you're still hatching stuff at that time. Am I correct? Because if the New Caledonia stuff is still going strong, then you might get no eggs, but you'll be hatching stuff. Do not fear. Yes, Mr. J, how are you doing? How are you? I got that one from Wally Kern, that crested gecko. The thing is just beautiful. It's turning so red. It's unbelievable. You know, the Urodactylodes, the agricoli, is that what they are? Those I've been doing some research on those. Those are pretty cool. And there was another gecko I was going to ask if any of you guys have ever dealt with. I have to think of what it was. Started with an H, and it's from Indonesia. It kind of looks like a lychee, but it's not. I got to think of what it is. Is Wally Kern still in here? Oh, what happened, Mr. J? I just noticed you said, what's going on? You okay? You have 3 of the 4 species? Now, see, that's what I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind having a complete set of something like that. Like, I call it a set, but a complete species like that. And babies pretty much year round. Yeah, that's cool, though. That's pretty cool. There is a gecko, Wally, that's from Indonesia that looks like a lychee. They get pretty big. And they do look somewhat like a lychee. Do you have any idea what the name of it is? I can't remember off the top of my head. It starts with an H or an M. I think it's an H. Oh, I hope you start feeling better, Mr. J. I really hope so. They have a bunch in right now, but they're pretty much all captive born. People are starting to breed them, and they're not very expensive, but they're big like a lychee. If you hold them real tight, their skin can slough off just like it does with a ham or something. Halma, however you pronounce that, yeah. like some of them day geckos do. Hey Google. um, but yeah, have you ever dealt with anything like those or anything like that? They don't like to be handled much, but I was wondering if anybody knew anything on them, like what kind of food they eat, or how hard they are to care for, what size enclosure you need. Because it's a species that's not very readily available, but yet they're super cheap. I mean, like I seen them on Morph Market the other day. They were like $60, I think, and they get like 8 to 10 inches or something, or 8 to 11 inches, something like that. And I think there's two species of it, or there's one species, and one people get it confused with another species all the time. What do you think's going on, Mr. J? If you don't mind me asking? They're like $60 maybe, plus shipping, something like that. It's hard to find captive born ones. You usually have to get imports, but then when you get imports, you might have to take them to the vet to get them checked for parasites and stuff like that. But I'm not sure. I suppose some Panicure, you could do it with Panicure if you know the correct dosage. So, Mr. J, what do you think's going on, buddy? Have you been to the doctor? Let me see if I can find them here. Let me see. No, not it. I am looking, people. I am looking really quick here. Let me see. I'm looking. I'm sorry about that, Mr. J. I wish there was something I could do to make you feel better. Let me see here. No. Oh, and the Madagascar velvet gecko. I was wondering if, I don't know. Anyway, let me see here. I'll get a price for you if they're still up here. I don't know. They're $75. And let me see. Hamahura geckos? Is that how you pronounce that? They're really cool looking. Let me see. Here we go. There you go. That's the gecko right there. You thought you had the most underrated gecko series. I did years ago. Oh. The Madagascar velvet gecko hunter, yes. You don't have them no more? Yeah, see, now everyone I look at on here is wild caught. Now, I don't know how well a wild caught gecko would actually do. You know, it would. I would be upset to spend money on something and it not do well. Halmahera, is that how you pronounce it? Halmahera gecko? They look so cool though because they look like lychees and they're real cheap and they get big like lychees. They're not maybe not as big as a lychee on us, but they get big. But they're from Indonesia and not from New Caledonia, which you know. What do you think the most underrated gecko is, Wally? Big G. You guys got any opinions on what you think the most underrated gecko is? Now, I think that the one I just talked about there seems to be underrated, but I think that's because people aren't working with them enough, and um, they're just not breeding them. And I think that has to do with everybody wants a lychee that gets big, and most people don't even think about that. I don't even know how many people actually know about them. You know, the Iridactylodes, they're on my list. They are on my list. I definitely plan on getting some of them. Headhunter Exotics, how are you doing? But for the one I'm talking about, there's two names going around. Now they had Iridactylodes on there. I seen some of them, but I think they were the Agricoles that were like $100 a piece or something like that. I would have to do more. I'd have to look them up. Yeah, you would have to keep them quarantined for a long time. If at all, bring them. You might not even want to bring them into your room at all. You might want a separate room for them, quarantine them. If you're able to breed them, take the eggs, incubate the eggs, and then you could probably put the incubated eggs, babies, in um, in your room because they would be disease free or whatever. But as for the wild caught stuff, you would have to definitely keep that separate from anything. And then there's a lot to that too, because if you're messing with them, you're gonna have to sanitize yourself and all before you go right back into your gecko room. I don't know if I go a little overboard, but that's what I do with snakes and stuff like that. If I think something's wild caught or don't know much about it, I do keep it in a separate place, and then I will do it just like I said and take the babies. The babies can go in the room after the hatch, but they're separate until that point. It's scary bringing stuff into your room. But I think if people worked with them more, you wouldn't even have to worry about getting wild caught stuff if people did it more. But I don't know how hard it is to breed them. I don't know much about them. So Luna, is there any gecko on your list that you want to get someday that you don't have right now, like a bucket list gecko? See, Urodactylodes, they kind of they're small, and they're they just interest me much. I also want to get morning geckos. I think the morning geckos are awesome too. I wouldn't mind getting morning geckos. The Hawaiian version of the morning gecko. Did you ever see those? They look a little different. They're the same thing, but they just look a little different. But I wouldn't mind getting morning geckos. They would be cool. Setting up a whole enclosure that's pretty sealed that they can't get out of. Golden tail geckos. Yes, them are cool. I like those too. Yes, I think the golden geckos, golden tail geckos are awesome. I think Wally, do you have some golden tail geckos? I'm not sure if you do or not, but I know they're cool. Very, very cool. I have a few on a bucket list. Urodactylodes would be cool. Um, um, Bill Perry from BC Pythons. See, I would use more scientific names, but it's so hard to pronounce them sometimes. They need to come up with simpler names for these. Uh, for these names, but I see the point in doing it because and Golden he's on Instagram, BC Pythons. Yes, Bill. If you were to breed, if there's so many, what I'm saying is there's so many places that have geckos that they call the same thing, even though they're not. Yeah, and you're a Pittsburgh fan too, so that might be a problem too there, Luna. Won't say nothing though. Penguins. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I'm just joking with you. Just joking with you. Yeah, I wouldn't even know. Maybe Wally knows. You know what's active? Those what's the name are active? Very active. Pick the geckos. Very, very active. Ha 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 ha. There's always next year. You know what? I'll tell you why. You guys are probably going to have a good team next year, the Penguins, and I'm going to tell you why. You took the number one flyer and made him a Pittsburgh guy, Ron Hextall. He used to be the Flyers goalie. Great guy. I seen him shoot a hockey puck with the goal stick, and he hit a sign, and he said, "Pick a point on the sign," and the person picked a letter, and he hit the letter dead center, all from real far away. Boom! He's really good at it. So if the Penguins do good next year, it's only because they got around Hextall. Do you know how many? Always next year. That's funny. I'll have to remember that one. What's funny about the. You know how many Flyers fans were really upset that Hextall went over there? Did they really? Huh. What did they get in return? Who did they get in return? Cold-blooded monsters. How are you doing, sir? Did you see Dion from Reptilialis hatched out some Leachianus on his video that he had up today, but he also did some satanic leaf-tail geckos. Very good stuff. So, when was the last time the Penguins had won anything? See, you know what another problem is? Like the Eagles. Okay. Talk to you later. Thank you for popping in, Big G. Great to have you here. You have a great night too, my friend. Oh, yeah, those leaf tails were just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I really enjoyed that. I like watching his channel because he tries to really engage the people and everything. Why is that, Head Hunter? Why don't they ever win? He really engages with the people. That's what I like about his channel. Not taking a break. It's funny. Funny. Oh, that man always stops him. Birds who can't fly don't win. That's true. See, the problem is like the Eagles, like they had Carson Wentz, okay? All right. He got mad because he wasn't recognized for winning the Super Bowl. He said the fans in Philly he was just right around the corner here. He goes to the house around the corner here and goes hunting. And his problem is he didn't think the fans appreciated him enough. But he didn't even play. He only played a short time, broke his leg. Was it his leg? Anyway, got injured, was out, and was mad because the because the Eagles fans didn't recognize him as getting him to the Super Bowl. And Nick Foles won the Super Bowl. I don't know what, I don't know. That was a good one, Mr. J. And Batman always stops him. That's another good one. All of them are good. Philadelphia is a city of people who they'll get right there and then they choke. I don't get it. Very upsetting sometimes. So what's everybody else up to? How's Vader doing? Mr. J, how is Vader? And I got a question for you too, Mr. J. Do you have a contingency plan for Vader if you should get really sick or something and can't be home? End up in the hospital for any length of time? Well, be safe, Tanisha. Vader's good. That's good. That is good. Okay. A lot of people don't think of that. Like, man, if I should get sick, and then they end up getting sick, and then they don't have a plan. I'm glad you thought of that. Very good. See, that's what made you such a great, responsible owner. I'm glad that you got him. I'll say it every time too. I can't believe you got him, and you're doing such a fabulous job with him. Plan B. I find it interesting. You're the only one I know that got one of my animals besides Bill from BC Python that actually, well, you do videos on a regular with him, but Bill, if I ask him, he'll show me. But you do update videos, which is great. Tell Nanette I said hello, Wally. Don't forget to tell Nanette we said hello. We appreciate you too. We really do. Any big shows coming up, Wally? Oh, that's cool. Tell her, thank you, Nanette. Next 2 months. Oh, or two next months. I mean, see, there we go. Are they big ones? Or are they small ones? Or do you have to travel far for them? Gary must be having fun on that Apex. Must be having a blast. Never really big in video games. I'm into video games as long as it's a lot of the older stuff like Punch Out, Knockout, things like that. 1942. Pong. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Do you have a big? Do you have lots of animals coming? Oh, coming to. Okay, you got there before I could even ask you. That'll be awesome. What's good about your table, from what I've seen on videos and stuff, is you have a variety of stuff, which is great. Oh, Civilization. Yeah, that sounds like a cool game to play. I never played that. You know another one of my good games? Sim City. I used to play Sim City all the time. I loved it. And then they got it where you can Sim City, and then they changed it to where you can go into your city and walk around or drive around in your city. Pretty cool. I don't even know if they have Sim City anymore out there, but Sim City was always good. Animal Viper. Oh. The Sims. Becky liked that game, but I never really liked the Sims themselves. I like Sim City was always cool to me, but the Sims is pretty cool. Yeah, I've tried playing it on the. It's not the same as it is on the computer. When you're on the computer, you can really get into making a city. Or doing their scenarios where a disaster happens or something you come in and take over, and you have like so much time to fix the problems and stuff. I always find that interesting. What game do you play every once in a while? The Sims. You know, when The Sims first came out, played it a couple times. Becky really liked it, but I never really got into The Sims. What, Sim City or The Sims? Fortnite. You sound like Andrew. You know what game I like to play? I like to play Mortal Kombat. I could play Mortal Kombat a lot. I love it. And there was a hockey. I play hockey. But the only reason I really like playing is because I could play my son who lives. He doesn't live here no more. He moved. Him and his wife. So I can play against them and talk to them as I play against them and stuff. That's what I always like about it. My son plays Roblox. Yeah. Oh, I would never judge you because I'm going to tell you what game I like that I actually play with against. I play with Andrew and Emma because they both have it, and I got to think of the name of it now. Minecraft. That's it. Minecraft. I like Minecraft. But Andrew said they just redid Minecraft, so it's a little bit different. They've changed a few things on there. Barbie dolls don't count. The first video game console set I ever had was an Odyssey. Does anybody ever remember Odyssey? You stick the little sticker on the front of your TV and you can play it. But it was like Pong and stuff like that. And then they came out with the Odyssey 2. Moving over to Miami. How are you doing? Chris, how are you doing, sir? Used to play all the sports games, huh? You remember Odyssey. Wally, you and I must be cut close to the same generation, but I don't know. I know there was a space game on the Odyssey 2. Gunfighter game, there might have been a gunfighter game, but I know there was like tennis. There was table pong. There was a few games on there, yeah. Commodore 64. Now there's one I haven't thought about in a while. Commodore 64 was pretty cool. Played Boulder Dash and stuff like that. 2600, then the 5200. Yeah, I remember them. In television, that's another one. See, this is a good conversation because I forgot about all these ones. Did you play any cool games when you were a kid, Chris? Iron Dog Reptiles? If he's still in here, I don't know. He might not be in here. He might have just popped in to say hi. Oh. So do I. That's what I was saying. I remember Pong too. Yeah, Commodore 64 was pretty cool. You just took it up to TV. It was a little console, little computer thingy. Yeah, the first thing Pong. My cousins had the Atari Pong when it first came out, but I had the Odyssey when it first came out. Centipede was fun. I used to play Centipede and Space Invaders, but I used to go to the arcade and play it. Say that word to your kids today, and they're like, "What? What's an arcade?" Uh, no, I don't think I've ever played that. Fitz family constrictors here. Uber, how are you doing? Yeah, Centipede was a big one I used to play all the time. And Space Invaders. I had a Space Invaders bike when I was a kid, man. Dig Dug, I remember that too. So, how are things going, Uper? How are things in your, since you moved everything? Galaga was fun also, yes. Galaga was a lot of fun. Rampage was fun. Sweet. Who played Oregon Trail? Uh, it sounds like that was a lot of. I'm sure that was fun, Uper. Yes, he's got some pretty good, some really good pictures going up on Facebook. It is weird, but you know what? I always said to myself, even with taking my animals next door, because I got a whole room over there upstairs. I've changed where I'm going to put it because the downstairs room is going to be my painting room, like when I paint furniture and stuff. But upstairs, I got a bigger room that I'm going to use, but I don't even know if I want to go that far, and it's only a 2-second walk next door. And I can go right out my back door here and walk 10 feet into the back door of that house. Space Invaders Centipedes was good. I played Oregon Trail, always getting. Oh, you always got smallpox, huh? I don't think anybody ever made it. Did they? Did anybody ever make it to the end of Oregon Trail? Everybody died on the way. Well, I hope you have fun visiting family. Tank. The tank game. Yes, I used to play the tank game too. You have two real ones that are fast. Asteroids. That was the other one I used to play all the time. I liked the asteroids. On to control. I used to play pole position a lot. Every time I went to the restaurant with my dad, they had a arcade in there, and I'd play pole position. Always getting a flat tire on the wagon. Same. I think they're cool, Chris. I like the centipedes. They're very, very cool. I got the tarantulas. I wouldn't mind having some scorpions. Centipedes would be a no for me because I always have a buddy over here who has centipedes, and he has a really big enclosure, and he got some real biggest centipedes. And he opened up that thing one day, and I don't know how it did it, but it was able to stand up on its, and it started getting out. So I'm like, no. Yeah, the ones in Oklahoma get pretty big. Pac-Man was cool. I remember when that first came out, and then I remember when Miss Pac-Man came out. Now, did anybody have that football game that you plugged into the wall and it would vibrate and you'd watch your guys go across the board? I can't remember the name of it, but I had one of those too. Yeah, we don't curse around here, so you need to watch the cursing. I don't know who approved that, but we don't curse. We try not to anyway. Yeah, they're pretty cool. They were cool when I was a kid. With the paper footballs? Yes, I remember that. Or do you mean the regular little video game handheld football? I used to have one of them too. Yeah. I remember them ones. I don't remember what the teams were, but I know I had one. Also had Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Myrtle handheld football game. Yes, I do remember that. Donkey Kong or Mario Brothers? Well, Mario was in Donkey Kong, so kind of a trick question there, Mr. J. Donkey Kong was kind of cool, though. Back when I had yard darts when I was a kid, and I often thought I think now, I'm like, I'm surprised none of us got seriously hurt with those things. Because we would throw them straight up in the air. We wouldn't even go for the little, you toss the ring out, and try to go for it. No. Or I would have one set, and my cousin would have the other set, and we would step so far apart and toss them up and try to make them, and we would be standing next to the rings. Frogger was okay. I remember Frogger. It was all right. Mm-hmm. I never said it was, I never had an issue. I don't know. It was good. I know. Now they say they kill people, so I don't know. I don't ever remember hearing anybody dying when I was a kid from lawn darts, but trying to think of what other crazy stuff. Just a lot of, but then you look at them toys now, like lawn darts, and your first chemistry set used to have uranium in it. Seriously. Have fun. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's stuff they used to put out. Yes, I do. I never had one, Wally. Did you have one and play with it? The cannon. I'd have to think about this for a minute. I don't know. Yes, I remember that, Wally. That stuff was dangerous. Man, you touch that, you cook yourself. It burns. The cannon, I have to think about it. Does anybody remember the pet rocks? Does anybody have a pet rock? Oh, it really worked. I'd vaguely remember it, but I'm not going to say I remember it that much. What little sports game? I don't know which ones you're talking about. But yeah, they had, yes, I do remember that. The smell would definitely get you high. I think that's why they liked it so much. The kids liked it. Wally, do you remember pet rocks? I, you mean the Mattel one, the ones that Wally was talking about earlier? I got Ridley or something like that. Well, I think we're very lucky to be alive, but I'm not going to say we're okay. You know, we all could have some mental issues, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. That yeah, we turned out just fine. Yeah, that's why our generation don't give a crap about nothing. Lincoln Logs, they were cool. I used to have a $6 million man got toy that you could look through his eye and see how he saw. I don't know if anybody ever had that, or GI Joes. I had the big GI Joes. The homies, yeah, that was more. That was a lot younger than. That was a lot younger than me. Holy crap! That was my kids' homies. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Hot Wheels were cool. You know, I'm gonna tell you something, Jason. My son, he bought. He's buying a whole set of these little army guys, right? The little plastic, little green army men. All right, and he said he's got a metal lathe, so he's going to lathe out a tiny little cannon, so him and his son can shoot with a BB. Pack it full of gunpowder and shoot it with a BB. The little army men. I was like, what are you thinking? Uh, oh yeah, yeah. It's What did he say? Let me see. I missed it. What did Moon say? With the kung fu grip, yes. Etch a sketch, you can still get those. They're pretty cool. Todd, hello. How are you doing, sir? trying to think what other weird stuff I had. Neighbors had all the toys. I didn't have many toys. No, I'm just kidding. Used to have a pet rock, though. I had a big wheel. I had an old big wheel that was metal. Wasn't one of the plastic ones. The Magic 8 Ball was a lot of fun. My sister had one. Battling Tops, yes. That's the one with the string, right? And you'd pull them and they would fly on. Am I thinking of the right ones? And they would ram them into each other. Oh, I could tell you a story about some real Tonka trucks that an elephant couldn't break. Yeah, that was fun, Molly. I like that one too. Anybody play bottle caps when they were kids? Rock'em Sock'em Robots, yep. Tonka was cool. How about Weeble Wobbles? They can't fall down. Anybody have Weeble Wobbles when they were a kid when they first came out? Yes, I'm going to have to say I would love to have had a cool Robbie Robot. Vaguely remember that. That might have been a little later on. I would love to have had a train set with a whole setup going. That would have been cool. We used to have them, and we used to put Steely's marbles on there with the big metal marbles on it, and when the train would push it, sparks would fly. Slinky, yeah, Slinky was cool. Slinky, a magical, wonderful toy. It's made for a girl and a boy. Simple Simon was our robot. Yeah. Yep. Viewfinders were cool. I still think they are. Super Balls, yep. They're cool. I used to have a whole set of them. Even though I was allergic to latex and rubber and stuff make me sick, I still had them. Magic in the box. That it is. Now, you can't get your kid anything to play with because all they want to do is sit on a phone. They don't want to do nothing. You can't even get them to go out. Yo-yos are cool. I mean, you can't get kids to go outside or nothing. I mean, I could look around this town. This is no joke. And you never see kids out playing or nothing. How are they supposed to learn what's dangerous and what's not? When we were kids, we would go out. If you got hurt, you knew not to do it no more. Old doctors say, yeah. Got 5 kids because of that, too. Oh, my gosh. That's funny. Is it like that anywhere else where you guys are at? Where there's no, very rarely do you see kids outside doing anything? You know, if the internet went down, I think the world would go crazy. The kids wouldn't know what to do. They would go outside and be like, "What is that bright thing in the sky?" I don't think I was ever in. Didn't matter what the weather was like. They would be worth something. They're pretty cool. I used to have a whole set too. I remember when they came. I remember when Star Wars first came out. I remember they doing a whole talking about it on the TV before it came out. You know, they did all the interviews and they had all this stuff going on. And then it finally came out. I used to have this gun that shot these little round discs. I don't know. I don't remember what it was called. Did any of you guys ever have one of them? You'd load it up and you'd pull the trigger and it would shoot little flat little plastic discs through the air. You probably can't get them anymore either. Probably somebody got hurt and got hit in the face or something and cried about it. Or some kid shot his friend in the face in the eyeball or something. I don't know. Looked like a record player disc kind of that would sit in the middle of the records. Yeah, the 45 records, yes. But small, yes. Look just like those. Same here, Wally. It was so much fun. But you can't find that stuff no more. Mm-mm. Yeah, I used to have one. They were cool. Clackers, is that what you're talking about? The clackers with the ball and the string? But they don't have them on strings no more because obviously the balls would break off, the string would break, the balls would fly and hurt somebody. Star Trek phasers, yes, that's what they look like. BB guns, yeah, they're cool. Yep. You still have one, a BB gun? I have a bunch of BB guns. What's your favorite? Oh, yeah, clackers. That's what I said, clackers. Yeah, but they make them with hard plastic instead of string now so that the little clackers can't fall off. Yeah, that's probably why you got 5 kids, right? A little different in the city of Philadelphia, man, when you're growing up. Didn't have hide and seek, but you'd go play under the fire hydrant. They would turn it on full blast. You'd go run under that and play all day during the summer. I bought my doctor said to play freestyle. That's funny. Ah, that's a good one, Jason. That's a good one. Oh man. Game with 2 sticks. Where you sure it wasn't 3 sticks where you would try to bounce them up and around or something? I remember the game with the 3 sticks. You'd hold the two sticks and you would flip the other stick around all the time or something. But some little kid probably got hurt and they put an end to that game too. I'm surprised they let kids have pencils in school anymore. Kerplunk. See, Wally's our little American history buff guy here with the toys and all that stuff. I'm gonna look that up, make sure that's the right one I'm thinking of. No, that was like Kerplunk is where it had the jars, right? And the sticks would go through it. It's almost like a pickup stick type of game. And you pull it out. Trying to think here. Is this what you were talking about? Hungry, Hungry Hippos? Yeah, that was cool. Trouble was a good game. Oh, just remembering that one. I'm sorry, Wally. Pickup sticks was good, yeah. Cans and a monkey, yep. A can of monkeys, I mean cans and a monkey. Oh, yeah, no, I don't know what that is. I have watched that, Wally. Robot Chicken, have you watched it? Who watches Rick and Morty? But Robot Chicken, yeah, that's pretty cool because that's Seth Green. Is that what his name is? Seth Green. He does that and does all the stuff from the 60s and 70s and stuff and makes fun of everything. I will have to check that out. Let me see. So I don't forget. And it was Robot Chicken that did it? I see it. I'm going to have to watch that later now. Yes, Seth Green. Is that his name? I'll have to look that up now. Let me look up Seth Green, make sure it's the right guy I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's him. It's Seth Green. Yeah. He does the voice of most of them people on there. The gummy bear skit. Oh, that was hilarious. Where it got foot stuck in the trap. Oh, I didn't even know you had to leave, Mr. J. I'm glad you're back. Glad you are back. What was your favorite show when you guys were kids? Gumby was good. Yeah, Gumby. I like the Eddie Murphy version of Gumby. Saturday Night Live, funny stuff. Somebody gave me a thumbs down. I know who that was already right now because I said something to him. I know who it is. Funny stuff. You're Gumby. I'm trying to think of all the shows when I was a kid. They had Operation Stingray, uh, Felix the Cat. Yeah, that's cool. That was a cool one. Um, there was that one with the robot that had the long blonde hair. Oh, what the heck was the name of that show? I'll tell you later, Mr. J. Banana Splits. Yes, absolute one of my favorite show when I was a little kid. Speed Racer, cool. Very cool. Very cool. Let me think of what the name of that show was. I'm gonna try to look that up too with the robot in it. No, I would never think it was you. Tennessee Tuxedo. Good show. That was a good one. Hmm. Let me think. Who were the characters on? I know the monkey. I don't remember their names. I know. I don't remember their names. I couldn't tell you. No, if I was thinking you, I would tell it was that. Say it was you, but I would not. It's not you. Sherman and Peabody. I used to love that. Used to come on a Rocky Bullwinkle show. Right in the middle. Used to be one of the little skits in the middle of a Rocky Bullwinkle show. Yep. Oh, hold on, guys. I got to put this dog out real quick. He's going to wake up Becky, and we can't have that. I'll be right back. Hold on 1 second, guys. Don't go nowhere. Going out? Come on. No? Okay. Come on. And now here's something you really enjoy. Yes. Tennessee Tuxedo is a good. Yeah, and the Fables that were in there. I used to like all them shows. It was a great, yes, very much so a great segment in there. Hercules was good. Yes. Underdog was good. I used to watch Underdog too. I liked Underdog. Underdog was a good one. Same with Mighty Mouse. Here he comes to save the day. See, we were thinking the same thing. Mighty Mouse. Who remembers Andy Kaufman's little skit with the Mighty Mouse? How about Hong Kong Phooey? Anybody remember Hong Kong Phooey? Hong Kong Phooey. That's always a good one too. So, you remember that show too? Yeah, very good, very good. That was a good one. I liked them all. I liked all them shows. They were really good. A person can only go back in time, right, and be a kid again, right? Oh, yeah, you can't ever think. Manila Gorilla, yes. Or Grape Ape, too, was a good one. Oh, give me a minute. Oh, man. I got that right on the tip of my tongue. Ah. That makes me want to look that up now. Quick Draw McGraw. Yeah, that's another good one. The Great Space Coaster. I mean, yeah. Quick Draw McGraw, that was what it was. Yes, I did. Morgan Freeman used to wear his little hippie outfit on there all the time. The Electric Company, very good. T-Birds, yes, very good. Yeah, all those shows were really amazing when I was a kid. I'm sure you guys thought so too. Just absolutely amazing. So, I tried to put him out. But he wouldn't come over.
I thought you were letting him in.
No, I tried to put him out. Oh.
And it couldn't be the one that was sitting there. It had to be fresh water.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that was a good one too. No, that wasn't Becky. That was hashtag Team Grandma. The dog goes in and bothers her when he wouldn't he wouldn't go out for me. Far out space nuts. Yes. That was funny. If I'd have pushed her, like you said, a little bit further, I would have got a paintbrush in the face or something. That was funny. Yeah. Yeah, she got right. She's pretty much done in that room now. Now we're going to put the floor down and the trim up, and then I'll do a video on it when it's done. Before we put anything back in the room so you can see, because you can see what it looked like before, and then you'll see what it looks like when it's done. Yeah, it'll be done. I'm going to say over the course of the next few days, we'll have it done. Johnny Quest. Anybody ever watch Johnny Quest? Yeah, I love Johnny Quest too. I always thought that was a good one. I also like Gilligan's Island and the Beverly Hillbillies was great. They had all the great shows. Rex Banner. Yep, that's it. The Wonder Twins was good. Bandit the Dog. Kazam, was that the show Kazam? I have to think. The Wonder Twins. Yes. Lassie was good. What was that show that was a little skit in between the in the middle of Danger Island? Is that what it was? In the Banana Splits? Good night, Crystal. Thank you, Wally. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think it was the show, the little skit. Yeah. Lou Ferrigno from The Incredible Hulk was cool. Rin Tin Tin was cool. Like what? Who was it? Moon said. Yep, Moon over Miami said. Lassie, that was a good one too. I like that one. What is it, boy? Fantasy Island. They're coming out with a whole new series of Fantasy Islands where it's a woman now instead of a guy running the place. Deplane, boss, deplane. Yeah, they're coming out with a new Fantasy Island show. I just saw a preview for that. Well, guys, I've been going for an hour and a half. I think I'm going to pop off. When we do that other show on Friday nights, I hope you guys follow on the radio, and we're going to start a new show on Thursday nights, but it's not reptile related. I will try to get the information out for everybody so you guys can check that out. You guys will enjoy it. So, thank you guys all for stopping in here. It's great to have you guys. One Wally, Cold Blooded Monsters, Moon Over Miami, Mr. J, Supreme Gecko. Well, that's Wally. Gary Oyner, everybody who was in here. It was great to have you guys in here. Thank you for stopping in. Good night, everybody, and peace out.